Hey, Mark King here, and here's a doozy of an article. This is from Breitbart. This is from the. This is about this gorgeous woman, Brittany Cooper. Uh, this is by Tom Kikota, like Ricotta, I guess. I don't know. Anyway, Rutgers professors Brittany Cooper f each and every Trump support. Okay, so before we get there, a lot of times in like when I go to like charter schools, this is always who I run into. Like they're usually like the higher ups, unfortunately, and they're usually like stereotypical, really angry, really mean. Sometimes they'll have a twisted face, like two faced. They'll be kind of nice, but really in some days they'll be like really like a absolute mess and angry. Yeah, I have black friends who just they refuse to date any woman just because this is their image. This is their image, and I don't blame them. If this is my image too. Okay, this is who I've interacted with tons of times. Unfortunately, this has been my bad experience also. Rutgers University professor Brittany Cooper unleashed a tirade at supporters of President Trump in social media thread this week. Again, this is the type of people who gets hired at like these universities. Like somebody like me would love to be hired at these universities, but they'll never hire me because even though I'm a colored person, I'm not the right type of colored person. I'm also the wrong gender. Again, I won't represent the communist interest. They do. These people that hire do. They talk with emotions, not with facts, not with logic, not with civility. How can you hire somebody who curses like this in any form? So, according to a report by Campus Reform, Rutgers University Associate Professor of Women's Gender, oh Jesus, Women's Gender and Sexual Studies, is that who you want to teach gender and sexual studies? Remember, like back in the day, used to be a guy's fantasy to have like a hot female teacher to teach sex ed. Not anymore. She came on the fire this week, right, taking aim at Trump supporters in the lengthy Twitter thread. "Quote unquote, I'm saying some obvious things this morning because as a country, we're too good at skipping over the audience who might as well say this to people as often as we can. F each of every Trump supporter. You all absolutely did this. You are to blame," Cooper wrote in one tweet. Black people did not vote for this dude in any applicable numbers or appreciable numbers. Black men vote at 15%, they're dying the most. No black person deserves this, and black women knew it would be absolutely awful for him to be president, and now we all live in daily fear. Does this thing looks like she lives in daily fear? If she was living in daily fear, she would be starving. She wouldn't be well fed. Amazing how many people live in fear, yet they have a mic and have the ability to say the most disgusting things without being fired or fear of repercussions. Amazing. I'm scared to say, hey, I find the president is not a bad dude. I'm afraid to say that. Anyway, let's continue. Cooper wrote it utter absurd to reopen the country at the stage of ongoing pandemic. According to Cooper, white conservatives want to open the nation because it will disproportionately affect black Americans. If, like most black people, are clear that it's utterly absurd to push to reopen the country, it's all about gross necropolitical calculation. That is, black people who are dying disproportionately from COVID. Not only do white conservatives not care about black life, but the most, again, okay, so I've gone to white schools, I've gone to like mixed schools, I've gone to black schools. You know who's never assaulted me? Whites. You know who's never picked on me? Whites. The only incident I can ever recall in my head was they just flipped my books down as a joke one day and then ran off. Only one time. That's the only thing that's ever happened, okay? When I've gone to these mixed race schools and the heavy black schools, That I wish that would happen. The type of things I've put up with and gotten punched and absolutely like ridiculous stuff. Anyway, Professor Cooper has a history of bizarre remarks. In October 2019, Cooper argued during that interview. This type of person gets an interview with Oprah Winfrey. Think about this type of person that policies of Trump administration have led to high levels of obesity in black women. My goodness, was this the woman? I hate when black people talk about black women being obese. I hate it because it comes like a way to blame us such conditions. Cooper said, "We're living in a Trump era, and look at the policies killing us." So him, okay, so you overfeeding yourself is the fault of somebody else. It's just like mind-boggling stuff. Just absolutely mind-boggling. And like, if you're, again, a lot of people do support Trump. See, like even in a liberal state, let's pretend like maybe about 40%, 35%. If 75% people vote, for example, let's say, well, it'd be like 30 voters. So what, 30 or 40% of our class probably would vote Trump. And this is what she's calling them. An absolutely disgusting human being. Again, you are what you like. You are what you. Okay, so besides, okay, first impressions, but just look at the person. Does this look like a person like one of the things that one thing to make a woman very attractive is when she smiles. Believe it or not, it's a sign of youth. It's something that draws your eye. Okay. If this is how you present yourself like a thug, you're gonna draw nobody's eye. It's just like the like again. Okay, so again, how do I say this properly now? Good-looking people tend to have certain actions, right? They tend to act a certain way. Usually, 99% of the time, act really kind of like proper and tend to talk a certain way, move a certain way. People who aren't attractive tend to talk and walk a certain way and move a certain way. Also, you can tell just by looking at somebody. You could just tell these things just by analyzing something. Again, you have instincts, you have eyes, you have you have the ability to observe reality. It's the truth. People who want to deny these things aren't true. Anyway, this is just me rambling on because part of me is jealous, right? Like, how could this person be a professor and I can't even sniff it, And part of it is like just natural disgust for people with this type of attitude, this type of behavior, who's literally teaching kids. They're teaching kids hate. They're teaching kids cultural divide. They're teaching kids that any difference is not their fault. It's not that they don't try hard. It's not that they haven't eaten themselves to death. It's because they have the invisible boogeyman keeping them down. Okay, it's disgusting and nasty, and all these people, when the time comes, need to be what's the proper word? Have that keep talking about the Nuremberg trials. Okay, they need Nuremberg trials to sort these people out. Okay, again, remember who betrayed you when this is all over. Okay, remember them. Remember who not to be. And remember who not to send to school. And remember who shouldn't have a job. Okay. Alright, guys, share, save, subscribe, thumbs up. Hope you find it something enjoyable. And sorry about this picture here. It's absolutely disgusting. I meant to say absolutely breathtaking. I apologize. It's absolutely breathtaking. Alright, guys, take care, share, save, subscribe, thumbs up. Bye.